Our installation process ensures your gutters are in tip-top shape and prepped to protect your home.
Okay. If it says we're live, we must be live, I guess. Hello, whoever's out there. I've got some preliminary stuff I'm going to do. My card shuffling. And make sure everything's set, but then we'll get started. So, wasn't going to go live, but then I did. So, that's that. Shuffle some cards. You can listen to the music. And I'll get into some explanatory notes regarding the setup, the scenario, etc. And the camera rigging, which is new and adventurous and has the potential for great failure. We'll get into that too. And whoever wants to take the time to count the figures, there are over 1,000 on here. Now, it may not look like that because they're based closely together, but there's over 1,000 figures on this table. Shuffling cards off camera with musical accompaniment, and then we'll hop into the beginnings. Next deck. Shuffling the Tactician deck. I will be playing this the way it's meant to be played. I won't tweak anything other than probably using my own combat results table because it allows for D10 and they roll better. If you don't believe me, give me an Etch-a-Sketch, I can prove it. Let's see, so there's those. Now, let's do some of this music. Let's just kill it all together. All right, let's get this road on the show. This is the epic battle of, and if anybody is out there, let me know how I'm coming in, if I'm coming in at all. Closer to the mic, farther away from the mic. I need to know how I sound. Otherwise, I'm wasting yours and my time. Am I audible? All right. So we'll wait and see if anybody responds to that. Sound check. Sound. Am I audible? Let's assume I'm audible. How about that? And I guess I'll start over if I'm not. This is, in fact, the Battle of Bussaco. There's a camera up there. So what I've done is I have these ring lights, 2 of them, for lighting purposes primarily. But they're really meant for I don't know, blogging and YouTube stuff by way of filming. So they have a way you can screw in a camera in the center of the ring light, which you can't see, but I'm pointing to. And that's really what they're for. Now, I kind of have one rigged like that up above. It looks scary if you look at it. I've got this thing extended as far as it'll go above the table. And it's just sitting up there. It's not fastened. So there's a very distinct possibility that this camera will shift and or fall and plummet to the table, causing death, panic, and mayhem across the table here. So stay tuned for that, I guess. Meanwhile, this is the epic setup for Commands and Colors. What makes it epic? Well, first of all, you have more stuff, basically. But the basic game board is now, 20 hexes? 10, 11, 12. 20 hexes wide. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 deep. So you'll notice, or perhaps you won't, but there are little blue arrow keys that I have which divide the table and provide a border, because this table is deeper than it needs to be. So I had to mark it off. It's not a bad thing, but for purposes of this game, I don't need to use all of the table. So I have so much table, I can fit the epic scenarios inside of it. And if needed be, I could extend it out this way and do Le Grand battles, but that's just too much. Plus, I don't know that I have the troops for that. So can anybody hear me? I won't embarrass you or call you out or say anything to you if you're nervous. But I need to know if I'm audible. I'm assuming I am. Give me a thumbs up. Something. This is retreating towards Vadras, the Duke of Wellington's army. Was he the Duke of Wellington in 1810, or was he still Arthur Wellesley? Anyway, Duke of Wellington's army of 25,000 British and the same number of Portuguese halted at Bussaco to make a stand along the crest of Bussaco Ridge. As Massena's army of 65,000 approached the British position, he was uncertain of the exact disposition and strength of the enemy. For the, audible and looking good. Okay, thank you. Now I can rest medicine. Lost my spot. He was uncertain of the exact disposition and strength of the enemy, for Wellington had adopted his favorite tactic of hiding his true strength from the enemy by deploying his forces on the reverse slope of the ridge. Now, learning lesson, people refer to Duke of Wellington and Waterloo with his reverse slope nonsense. And they act as if that's the first time he had done that. Well, if Napoleon had been paying attention, or maybe he was aware of this, he would know that that was a tactic Wellington was fond of and not be completely taken aback when he encountered again in Waterloo. So just by way of example, he was using it 10 years earlier, or 5 years earlier here, because it's 1810. Let's see, Marshal Andre Massena did not, however, let his uncertainty of the Allied position deter him from attacking. He planned a two-phase attack. First, with Renier's corps on what Massena believed was the British right flank, followed by Ney attacking the left. After Renier met with success, Massena kept Junot's corps in reserve to exploit success wherever it happened. Renier attacked first, but his disjointed attacks only achieved early success, and his troops occupied part of the ridge. These French came under heavy fire and were thrown back by the shock of a British infantry charge. The fighting in this sector of the battlefield, for the most part, was at an end. Hearing the heavy gunfire, Ney assumed Renier's men were enjoying success and ordered his attack. Ney sent Loison and Marchand's division against the British left as the French neared the British position. Crawford ordered his troops to pour murderous volleys into Loison's columns. Within minutes, Loison's division was streaming back down the hillside in full retreat. Meanwhile, Marchand's division had advanced to the foot of the ridge, but after several unsuccessful assaults up the hillside, Ney called off Marchand's attack. Massena accepted the futility of making any further attempts to storm the ridge and withdrew. So, Where do we begin? Let's start by, this is the ridge here, these hills. They are, in fact, hills. And we'll get to the importance of those in a second. We have also a fordable stream. And let's see. This is supposed to be San Antonio de Cantro. While this little village here, where's my pointer? Pointer, there's pointer, is Carquedo. And then we have, I'm sure I'm saying these incorrectly, so have a laugh at my expense. Penderada. And then finally we have Sula over here. Let's see. Disposition of troops is looking like, run down quickly, light cav, line, light, foot artillery, light cav, horse artillery, heavy cav, a light, line, foot artillery, light, line, light, foot artillery, line, light, foot artillery, more line, 2 units of light cavalry and horse artillery. So not a real diverse mix of units, primarily light and line. So there's that. And then we have the Portuguese as well as the British teamed up together with Portuguese light, British line, British light cavalry, British line, British foot, British light. We have some British rifles. Would that be the 95th? I don't know. Light infantry, British and Portuguese light. As I creep through Death Valley here with cords and light stands and cameras, and it's just a mess. Line. Guard grenadier, more rifles. Line, heavy cav. Line, foot, line, and line. Now we do have, and this is the best I could get, the way the camera is placed, but we do have foot artillery and Portuguese militia off camera temporarily. That's as high as I could raise the camera to capture everything that I can capture on screen. So what is the victory conditions here? We're looking at 13 victory banners. However, those are not going to be accumulated solely by casualties. You have the French, who are able to gain 1 temporary victory banner at the start of the turn for each Bussaco Ridge hill hex that is occupied. So remember all these hills that I pointed out. Any of those that are occupied by the French will form a temporary victory banner. And then, as I said, or maybe I didn't, the stream is fordable. I don't know how much the old stream there will affect anything unless you want to go fishing, and I don't know if it's any good for that. British will get 6 command cards and 6 tactician cards. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so a little bit better reflection of command here in the hand size, because the French are only going to get 5 of each. However, the French will move first, but that's only because they're attacking. 3, 4, 5. As the French are wont to do, they can't help it. They just like attacking. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now we have this courier rack deal, and I need to figure out how I want to work that. The courier rack is something that if you were playing 2-player, both players would be able to see simultaneously. And I guess the strategy there is choosing cards, not necessarily that you want, but that you don't want your opponent to get. So kind of a game within a game. However, I'm playing myself, so I don't know how much that will really affect anything here. You know what, let's put the British over here. I got to get situated. And the French here. French on the left card-wise. And the British on the right. Are we good now? 1, 2, 3, yes. Okay, and then I need my courier rack, which I will lay in the center here. So welcome everybody so far. Viper Dave and is it Nan? You guys, welcome. And how many? So I need to determine. This is going to be slow and choppy as usual to start until I get a flow and a rhythm. So how many? Courier rack, all right. 5 additional command cards are dealt and placed face up in the courier rack. Okay. Let's put 5 cards face up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, when these cards are drawn down to where there's only 2 left, we replenish our courier rack, which is this. French here, British here, French go first. I need my... So this little combat results table I use here is the same as, mathematically at least, the same results-wise as what you would use for the D6 commands and colors system. Again, however, I prefer rolling D10 instead of D6. And but everything else is the same. I think also I'll be using these little guys to mark. Everybody's at full strength now. I'll be using these little fellers, which is from the Bowen Simmons Greats, Napoleon's Triumph, and Bonaparte at Marengo, but they work great for other things as well. For instance, here, keeping track of unit strength. So if you'll notice, or on the table, what I have unit-wise is not accurately reflective of what the strength is. So a line unit is 2 bases. That's it. In the actual game, you would have 4 blocks translated into 4 bases, but I use these guys for other things as well, and I need to be able to form line and column, so I had to have more than 1, but I didn't necessarily need as many as 4, so this is how it's done. All right, French first. Let's see what the French have. And I need to determine what cards I can play, how many I can play. This is the British, not the French. Thank you very much. Just making sure you guys are paying attention. So here's the French. So how many cards can we choose? Epic careers. Yeah, epic with 2 players. Let's pretend we're 2 players here. And one epic player. Each player assumes a role. Select to play 1 command card from his hand to order units in 1 section. Also, must select 1 command card from the courier rack to order units in another section. So I'm assuming a command card in this respect refers to, in general, any card. Even though we have these labeled command deck and tactician deck, based on what I read, when the hell would you use any tactician cards? So 1 card and 1 card. So 2 cards. Is that how you read it? 1 from your hand and 1 from the courier rack. Okay, that's how I'm reading it. So if we have a scout center, assault center, recon and force, attack right flank, attack center. Then we have infantry melee leader, short supply, artillery canister, infantry ranged leader, and leader unit reform. I suppose also, and unless I'm doing it wrong, you could add the commands and colors, marshals, tacticians, generals, commanders, generals, marshals, and tacticians. I suppose you could be working that into the game as well. I won't be doing that because I have enough to keep track of, so there's that. What do the French want to do? All right. And there's a certain way we have to read these cards now that we're doing it epic style. We have to do it epically. Alright, so attack right flank. You know what? Hey, I like that. Let's see if we can move our right flank up. Now, it says we can move 3 on the right flank. Is there anything screwy to that? Tactic, when selects 2 tactic, when this one selects a section command card. Tactic command cards now placed similar to the section cards and are playable in only one battlefield section, but the commander-in-chief is allowed to choose the section. When the commander-in-chief selects 2 tactic command cards, they must be played in 2 different sections. 2 tactic command cards. Multi-section command cards. This is not a multi-section. Selects a multi-section, blah, blah, blah. Multi-section, more multi-section. All right, so I think I'm good to go. Just moving 3 on the right flank here, and line infantry just move 1. So, well, what's this section? 3. So here's our section here. We'll move him up 1. All right, here's our opening moves here. Right flank goes first. There's 1, there's 2. And pull him up. So there's 3. Again, I'm usually slow to start and then I pick up speed as I go. Not that time is necessarily an issue. I don't want to rush through this. I'll take my time and enjoy. So there's that. Now, do we also get, we'll discard this. And my next question would be, oh, I have to take 1 from here. So I have these 2 decks, the Tactician deck and the Command deck, shuffled separately. I'm wondering if they should be shuffled together and distributed that way. Is that... I think that might be what I need to do. Why do I have them like this? Well, in the future we'll do that. So let's draw 1 from here. We'll take this Take Command right flank card. So we don't replenish the courier deck yet, right? Because we wait for it to dwindle down to 2. And bear with me, guys. Take command cards now placed similar to section cards. It's like 2 turns. So I can play a second card, can I not? Why am I asking you guys? Tactic command cards. Selects 2 command cards. They must be played in 2 different sections. Okay. Multi-section. What time is it? The cat's whining. It must be her dinner time. Always when I'm filming, right? Why do you do this? Always when I'm filming. So if I play a second card, I need to do it in a different section. That's fine. What if I do attack center? Would that be all right with everybody? So here's my center here. Full of all kinds of goodies. I can do 3. I think this light unit's in within range. I think he could actually fire, could he not? What is the range of light infantry? Roll 1 die in ranged combat. Let me see. I think it's 2. Weapon ranges. Light infantry units have a range of 3 hexes. Otherwise, it's 2, up to 2. So yeah, they're definitely within range. So let's go ahead and, for those of you that know me, know I need mnemonic devices. 1, we'll move him up 2, and this is the center, is it not? Yes. And he's moving up 3. No, we'll put the light in the town, so that's 3. All right, so let's go ahead and take care of that. Put the light infantry in the village. Right there, that's 1, and then we move this line unit up 1. We'll put him here. And then we go. So again, I'm playing this the way it's supposed to be played. If I was tweaking it, I'd have all kinds of crazy stuff going on. I'd have random initiative, chit draw stuff to see which side goes next instead of just straight you go, I go. He's firing, right? Yes. How many dice does he roll? Light infantry. Roll 1 additional die. Blocks per unit 5. 1 additional die and range, so 6. Jesus. All right, here's our first fire of the game. We're going to roll 3, 4, 5, 6 D10. And this is fire versus infantry. However, they're firing at guys in a village, so there's a deduction, is there not? Terrain modifier deal. This is infantry. Oh, -2 dice. Okay. So we'll lose. What did we have? 6. So we take 2 away because they're firing into the village. Then leaves 4. That's still good. 4 dice. And those are just awful rolls. I got 2 10s and a 9, which does nothing, not a damn thing, and a 6, which just missed something. So I think our powder is wet from last night and misfired. That's my excuse. That was the French opening moves. 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And there's no limit to the amount of tactician cards you can have in your hand. I do remember that. Now the French, all kinds of options here. We have things called loophole buildings. What is a loophole building? Well, in the ordered infantry unit, the turn it moves into a building hex may still combat. The loopholes are an actual historical thing. So, for instance, in Waterloo, let's say, for instance, La Haye-Saint and Hougoumont and things like that, they would bore holes through the wall, right? So they could fire through them. Artillery reposition. An ordered artillery unit may move 3 hexes during movement and not battle, or move 2 hexes after it battles. Is that something I feel like doing? No. Again, my British posture is a hard defensive posture. I'm not going to be doing too much advancing, but holding, yes, I'll be holding. Infantry combat first. Play this card after opponent declares a melee attack. Nope, that won't help us. Capable tactician at the end of your turn. Discard this card and draw 1 tactician card of your choice from the discard pile. The card selected may not be played this turn. I'm not interested in that. Infantry forward leader. An ordered infantry unit with an attached leader may move 1 additional hex more than its ordered movement. The unit may still battle if eligible. Sappers. An ordered infantry unit battling an enemy unit or leader. Alright, let's look at these now. Attack right flank, bombard, another attack right flank, take command any section, probe left flank, and a leadership. Leadership allows you to issue an order to all leaders. When a leader is attached to a unit, the unit is also ordered as long as the leader remains with the unit. I don't know if I care about that. See, too many choices. Issue an order to 1 leader in any section. Leader in units. Oh, I like this. All right, that's my card. I found my brand. Issue an order to 1 leader any section. Which section shall that be? Do we want to respond in kind with the British left or the Allied left to the French right flank moving? I think so. So what this allows us to do is activate a leader, and with an activated leader, you can then chain reaction activate units within 3 hexes of that leader, right? And when I read this earlier this afternoon, I thought, that makes sense, and it's cool, because that's the house rule I was using was similar to that. And then they actually used this officially, so I was unaware of that. Good on them. Leader is attached to the unit so long as the leader remains with the unit is also ordered. Okay, all right, so here we go. I need my this. So we will activate this guy, that's 1, and then everybody within 3. 1, 2. That's going to be pretty much everyone on the left flank, unless I'm mistaken. 1, 2. This guy here, which is a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's the entire left flank, just about, right? What about up here? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're just going to miss. So it's everybody but 1 will be ordered because this leader is centrally located on the left flank. So, what if they bore that in mind when creating the scenario, huh? Yeah, I can't reach the rifles there. That's a shame. But everybody else, good to go. Discard. So light infantry, a range of 3, but we have woods blocking, so we're going to go. What's their movement? And then what is their movement through woods? Movement in hex is 1 or 2 and no battle. And then when you look at woods, or forest rather, okay. Once I enter that forest, you have to stop. So he will just simply, he being the Portuguese light infantry unit here, moving into the woods and stopping as ordered. Line only move 1, I remember that. But yeah, let's do it. I had said I was just going to sit back and hold, but maybe we'll let the left flank be the active, testy flank, impetuous flank. Ooh, we have a wounded soldier. Needs to be glued back on. All right, so there's that. Then we have light infantry, 2. What was it? 2 in that battle. Yep, 2 in the battle. So we'll pull him. Just simply moving everybody up. That's all we're doing here. On the left flank, and already moved him. I'm leaving a foot there. Foot artillery is perfect on the ridge there, so he's good. Light cavalry, what can we do? Light cavalry. They can move 1 to 3 hexes. Does the hill affect anything? No. So 1, 2, 3. Those are light cavalry moving straight up the gut. And foot staying line needs to move. I guess they're going into the damn woods. That's the name of the woods, damn woods. Also, our drinking rules apply for those of you that do drink. Shots, anytime I knock a tree over, when I guarantee that will happen. So when a tree falls over, do a shot. Here's your drinking game. Let's see. Then these 2 light units can fire, so that's going to be brutal. Let's start with the Portuguese light infantry unit in the woods. Portuguese light. 1 per block plus 1. Well, how many? That doesn't help me. 3. Blocks premium 1. So 4 dice, that's it, because they're Portuguese, right? That's racist. Why should they get less because they're Portuguese? It's racist. All right, 3. What did I say? 4. It's because there's 3, so 4 dice. All right. Firing at infantry units. Oh, we got some stuff here. There's a hit. Another hit. Portuguese are ready for this game. A flag and a flag. So 2 hits and 2 flags. Now I need a marker that says 2, strength of 2. Can I ignore flags? Let me check and see. When can I ignore flags? I think if I'm stacked with a leader, I can ignore flags. I gotta refresh the memory here. Bolster, what is it? Bolster morale, is that what it's under? Bolster morale. You may disregard 1 flag when a leader, nope, he's not attached. You may disregard 1 flag when supported by 2 or more friendly units that are adjacent. I only have 1 that's adjacent. So he's ignoring no flags. He's got to go. What does that mean? That means he has to retreat too, 1 for each flag. And this is, I've already stated, this is one of my least favorite aspects of the game is the hokey retreat, advance throughout a game. A unit could advance and retreat like a Texas 2 steps across the table. It doesn't make sense, but otherwise it works. So there's that. Took 2 losses. Nice shooting by the Portuguese there. Now we go back to the British light, who are going to fire as well at aligning it with a leader. Let's hope nothing happens bad there. And the British are going to get light blocks per unit 5. Oh my God, yeah, 6. 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. John Longshore, welcome, sir. I hope you brought some good jokes today. If you see a faded sign by the side of the road that says 15 miles to the French whipping, I'm heading down the Bussaco. Okay, see, he's already got the jokes. John Longshore with the jokes. Purple Norseman, welcome, sir. What am I doing? I'm firing at stuff. Pay attention. This 10 does nothing for me. But this 3 will work nicely, as will this 3 and this 2. And then 2 flags. So 3 hits, 2 flags. That puts him to a strength of 1. Good Lord. And I got to make sure the leader didn't have anything. 1 flag can be ignored, right, because he's stacked with the leader. The second flag cannot. So he only has to retreat 1 hex. And then I must look up and see if anything nightmarish has happened to our leader. So let's see, leaders retreat, leader casualty check. When the leader is attached, blah, blah, blah. Make a leader casualty check by rolling 2 battle dice. To hit the leader, 2 saber symbols must be rolled. So this I will do differently. Let's just say this way. Oh, no, we're good. Okay. Roll doubles, but not what I needed to sacrifice the leader here, so they're good. But that's some fine shooting by the French. They have a total of, 3, 4, 5 hits from that light Portuguese unit and light British unit. That's plenty. That's enough. And then they have to draw a card. Draw that from the courier rack. And then one of these guys. Do I want to play one of these guys? Loophole. Artillery reposition. Infantry combat first. Capable tactician. Sappers. Infantry forward leader. No, we're good. Okay, so now it's back to the French. Let's see. Hey, wardrobe, welcome, sir. Yeah, what is Jason? I don't know. Remains to be seen. I'm a strange guy. I don't know that we'll find that out today. I think that's a long-term question. Back to the French, right? A unit and an adjacent. So I'm checking out these flavor cards. The Tactician deck is really just flavor enhancement for the meat of the game, which is the command deck. I'm seeing if there's anything I want to use with Infantry melee leader and order infantry with an attached leader. Well, melee combat? No. Short supply? No. Artillery canister? Ooh, that could come in handy. Infantry ranged leader. This could be nice. An ordered infantry unit with an attached leader will perform ranged combat with 1 additional die. I like it. So what do we want to do, though? Send 1 up the middle, take command of the right flank. We've done enough on the right flank here. We've done the center. What about recon and force? Now, this is a multi-sectional card. And when you have a multi-sectional card, you have to do something. Let's see. So recon and force. One unit in each section, and the section where the fire and hold card is played also. Multi-section command cards are not played onto a section. Multi-section command cards are instead played face up in front of the commander-in-chief and will order the units in the sections of the epic battlefield as stated on the card. Okay, so it is each section. 1 on the left, 1 in the center, 1 on the right. It doesn't seem like a whole lot, though, does it? Infantry range leader. Do I have a move extra thing? No, because I kind of need that now. Otherwise, this card can't be used because I don't have anybody leader-wise attached to a unit within range of an enemy. So save this. Just go to this, and 1 unit or leader. Let's pull this line unit up. Take that back. Let's put this light unit in the village here. Go in your home and you stay there. We have 1 in the center. I gotta move line up. I gotta start moving them up. Gotta happen. If you're attacking, just know, regardless of what era, what game, what anything, if you're the attacker and you're conservative and play it safe, it's never going to come out well. And I say that, and I still do it often, but it's just like common sense almost. Let's bring this line unit up. Too many choices, sorry, y'all. All right, that's the French. Let's get a hand to the French, everybody. They've been great sports this today. Now we're down to 2 on the courier rack. That means we draw. We refill 1, 2, and 1 of these guys. All right, back to 5, and we're back to the British. Loophole buildings, artillery, reposition, infantry combat first, capable tactician. Sappers. Really? An ordered infantry unit battling an enemy unit or leader on a non-clear terrain hex will ignore all terrain combat reductions. Wouldn't that just be for melee, though? Oh, well. Doesn't say infantry forward leader. This is where you can move extra, but I don't necessarily need to do that. You know, I think it benefits the Allies to, if they can, work this left flank again. Just because we've had success, and that's the only things within range at this point. So that's what we'll do. We have 2 on the left flank here that can do stuff. And, we get to fire our rifles. Our British rifles are going to fire, along with our British light infantry. Let's check out these rifles and see what they got. British rifles. Okay, so it's going to be 4 dice. So not as impressive as I thought it would be. Four dice. I just rolled 3. Let's roll another one. I don't know what the deal is with these guys on the left flank, but they're crack shots, man. That's another hit, another hit, another hit, and 3 hits. So we have another 1 strength French unit now. I need to reflect that accordingly. That was here. Doesn't say how many blocks per unit that is. I need what that sheet that says that. I'm missing vital information here. Still waiting for the camera to fall. That'll be fun, everybody. I have the camera jacked up on a rigging. It isn't affixed officially, so I fully expect that camera to take a dive at some point, and it'll be a nice laugh. This is a new camera angle from high up. I haven't been able to do this yet. What am I doing here? Light. That was light infantry. Light infantry, 4. Strength of 4. Yeah, he's right. So down to 1. And then our British light here, firing at this line unit. That's just going to be 6. Yep. Man, that's those guys are, the light infantry in this game are just, they will eat you up. 9s and 10s don't work, nor do 8s. But 3s and 5s do, so that's a hit and a flag. I need a 3 strength marker. Give me what I need. 3 strength marker here. And he had a flag, right? Can't ignore that flag because he doesn't have a leader or 2 adjacent friends to cheer him up, so he has to pull back. That was the British, and yeah, British draw from the Courier rack. We have a new tactician card on here. In ordered infantry units, ranged combat dice are not reduced when it moves. Taking that, thank me very much. Back to the French. All right, I'm assuming I'm still audible and everybody can still see what they need to see. Back to the French. Probe left flank. Recon and force. You know, the recon and force, it allows you to activate each section, but only 1 in a section. So not a lot of bang for your buck there. I mean, it looks like it's awesome, but it's not. We did 2 on the left. That's weak too. But assault center, order a number of units or leaders in the center equal to command in your hand, including this card. Is that including, see, another question. The entire hand or just certain cards within that hand? Uh-huh. Well, I remember reading this earlier. I just have to find it. Okay. That's a lot. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Really? That doesn't sound right to me. There's no way that 10. That's just, I don't believe it. I'm going to say equal to the command cards in your hand. So there's, what, 5? That's what we're doing. Assault center 5. Put that there. Center is 5. What do we want to do with the center? We got to start. So bring that light unit up. Actually, he could fire because that guy's within range. Bring his line unit up 2. Bring this guy up 3, and then this will be our 4th activation. And firing 1 strength light infantry unit does not appeal to me. However, this full strength line unit moving up does, so we'll move him up. That's 1. Mark that. This line unit moving up with a leader, he'll go here. Why? Because he likes it there. I was talking earlier about how he was fond of that hex. So that, and this guy here. The other thing that sucks about being the attacker is you have to slowly move in and get shot up until you get in position. It's kind of a raw deal. Is that? And then what I say this light infantry has? Yes, he does. We'll fire at this guy on the hill. Does the hill affect anything fire-wise? Yes, of course. So instead of 6, it'll be 5 dice, and it is the same for the French, right? Yes, no. 4, it would be 5, so just 4. All right. More nationalistic propaganda here. 4 dice. 2 of these don't amount to jack squat, but I did get 2 hits. So finally, the French inflict some casualties here on who? On that rifle unit, which consists of, at full strength, what's a full strength rifle unit worth to you? 3, and I inflicted 2. He's down to 1. I can do math in my head. I don't always want to, though. Down to 1. Sorry, guys. I'm not proud of it, but that's how it is. Draw from the courier rack. I'll take this. Thank you. Back to the British. British. All right, British. What shall the British do? Do I have people within range now over here? No, but I do have artillery unit here. Possibly could do something. Left flank then. I mean, but I don't have a left flank, so there's that. Wow, when you really want to do activate a section and you don't have the card that will economically allow you to do so, you really take a hit to the wallet. So for instance, I want to do the allied left flank, but all I have that would allow me to do so is the leadership card, which essentially says when a leader is attached to the unit is also ordered as long as the leader remains with the unit. Any ordered unit shall roll 1 additional die if it battles. So I mean, I can move him here. One, two, three. I moved 1 space, and that allows me to. Okay, so I can still battle. Light infantry. It's going to be 4 plus 1 is 5 plus. 5 plus 1, and then plus 1 for this card is 7. You see? 7 dice? That's so many dice, I have to go find more dice. 7 dice. All right, let's weed out the non-hits. 10s and 8s and 7s go bye-bye. 1 stay, because that's a hit. A 5 stays, that's a flag, and the 6 goes bye-bye. So a hit, that brings me down to, was that a full-strength unit? No, he's gone. Really? Jesus. There's a knocked out a French line unit. He's gone. Roll for our leader casualty check. And he's good. Alright. Draw from the courier rack. I'll take this probe left flank, because that's what I need. Replenish courier rack. 1. 1. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. And head back to the French. I have attack right flank, probe left flank, crappy recon and force, an awful scout center. Take command right flank. Ooh, I like these. This is my favorite cards. Fast becoming my favorite cards. Issue an order. This is where you issue an order to leader, and then anybody chain of command within 3 hexes is also ordered. I mean, that is just the bee's knees. All right, so we'll order 1, 2. We can do this guy. We can do this guy. Ooh, we can get this light cavalry moving up. Let's try this guy and this guy. Yep. All right. Right? Let me make sure. Okay. We've done this correctly. What's the range of a foot artillery unit? Up to 5? Not good enough. Can we bring him up and close our range a bit? Foot artillery. We can move 1. Yeah, just 1. So we'll bring him up 1 and try and improve our range before we start volley firing here. Line infantry just moves 1, so we'll put him in, even though he's half strength, in this hex with the leader. That's done. Pull this light unit, no. Let's put this light unit here in the woods, and he should be able to fire. He should be able to fire. Let me verify this light unit. Yep, he can fire, and that's 4, 1, 5 dice. But they're firing in the woods. Nope, he's firing right there. 5 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming at you. All right, what do we got here? We have 6s. Nobody wants those. Throw those in the trash. Keep the 1s and the 3s. So we got 3 hits out of that, which is just fine by me. Light infantry strength, base strength for allied is 5, so he drops to a 2. A 2 strength. Roll for our leader casualty check. Ooh, close. 2 strength. What else? More stuff to do. We have. So this light unit has that within range. We'll move this line unit up. Why would I go there? That's stupid. Move to the woods. And trust me on this one, right? Remember, if a tree falls over, we do a shot. Okay. Although I don't have anything to shoot shot-wise. I guess I could get a beer and chug a beer. Horse artillery can go too, can it not? Judge's ruling, yes. We have verified they can move. 2 are not battle, so that will be handy dandy to move them up. There we go. You know that the grass on this table is really like grass. It's like this tiny static grass, and so it's raised. Feels like spider hairs, which is how I've described it in the past. But anything that's small or light, it doesn't want to lay right because it's just like balancing on these tiny little, almost hair-like things. Okay, enough about hairs. Lining it up. Lining it up. I bring the light cav around here. You know, I always do this and it never pans out to anything. So I'm going to swing them around and flank, and then they just get lost in the mix. 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'll try it again. Swing them around and flank them. And then like forget they're there and ignore them and just kind of rot on the table. So there's that, right? But I didn't fire. Yeah, I did. I did fire that, so he's done. I feel like I'm missing something here. Was it him that I fired that got the... I think it was. Let's fire this 1, 2, 3. Because he still had a red block on him, which means I didn't activate him. Let's fire this light versus that light in the open. That's going to be, again, 4. He moved, right? No. So 4, 5. 5 dice going in. Where are we going? We're going right here. 5 dice. Light versus light. Light on light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. What do we got? 10s. Boo. A 9. Awful. 2, a hit. And 4, a flag. So there's 1 hit and a flag. I always forget the strength. I think it's 5 is the strength of these doodads. British lights. Why are they that strong? That's crazy. 5 drops down to a 4, which most French stuff is just a base 4 strength. So now they're no better than French, right? 4. Give me a 4. Don't make me look through this entire bag. You know what? I don't have a 4. You know why? Because the highest these go up to is a 3. So there's that. All right, so I'll have to use 2 2s. Again, I'm doing math in my head. I've done it twice now. Math in the head. All right, I think I discarded the card. And he had a flag, did he not? He can ignore it because he has 2 helpers adjacent to him. Draw courier rack guy. For the French. What is this? Le Grand Maneuver. That looks nice. Let's take that. Replenish. Nope, not till 2. Not till down to 2. Any comments? Any new comments? Hello, my Wargaming Kindred. I hope your days are beautiful. Thank you, sir. That would be Stand and Livery. Stand and Livery. Purple Norseman gave me a thumb. Canada says, I feel like Grushi showing up late to the party. Better late than never, sir. We saved you a spot, and I'm glad to see you. So now it's and again, this was unannounced. I had loosely announced I was going to post a video either tonight or tomorrow night. And did a little bike riding today, did a little of that, a little of this. Felt pretty good and thought, I'm doing it live. Let's just go. Let's ride this wave that I'm surfing on right now. So it's a British term, okay. British fond of, no, however, I was going to say British fond of activating the left flank, but we now have, but he's dropped to a 1 strength as rifle unit, so that doesn't help. Line, okay, so yeah, British still fond of left flank. Now we do have a card that will allow us to do that. Anything we want to add on top of that. Units' ranged combat dice are not reduced when it moves. Well, I don't want to move, do I? Light one, no. I don't want to move, so that's Loophole. Artillery, infantry combat first, capable tactician, sappers, and yep, so that's it. We'll just use the probe left flank, which is 2 units will be activating. You know what those are going to be, right? That will be this light unit and this light unit. Great success so far the Allies have had with these light units, and let's see if that continues. So that will be 4 and 1 is 5 dice versus the French light. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. No 9s, 8s, or 7s. Thank you. So that's just 1 hit on that light unit. Drops him to a 3, I believe. If I can find a 3. There's a 3. I don't like that 3. Jeez. Alright, I'll just do it like this. Alright, so he drops to a 3. And then this Portuguese light will not be as effective because of their nationality. That's how it goes. So it's just 3 plus 1 is 4 dice. However, we're firing at a half strength unit, so there's a potential to knock it out. They've already knocked 1 unit out. Well, we got all kinds of stuff. Great. So we have 3 flags and a hit. So now he's down to 1. 3 flags. Good lord, I can ignore 2 of them, but that's the best I can do. So he does have to retreat 1 hex. Ignore 2 of them because I have 2 adjacent friendlies and I'm stacked with a leader. I will also need to do a leader casualty check and make sure the leader is still a leader and not mincemeat. Mincemeat isn't very effective in this game. So roll 2 dice. What happens? Nothing. Good. Fine with that. That was the French, and that's done. Draw from the courier rack. Ooh, look at this assault left flank. The Allies are in luck. Who else do we have here? Checking comments. Would simultaneous fire wreck this system? No, I don't know that it would. The Brits fully embraced light units after their experiences in the okay. Well, yeah, interesting question. Would simultaneous fire affect the system? My gut instinct is to say no, but I mean, you could compromise and say roll simultaneous for melee, for instance. I don't know. There's ways you could do it. I think the most enticing way, again, would not to do the Yugo-Igo thing where it's me, then you, then me, then you. I'm particularly fond of systems where you draw randomly to see who goes. So say, for instance, the French, you go maybe twice in a row or 3 times in a row, or, that would kind of resolve it to an extent. The abstractly resolve any simultaneous fire, you could argue, or it wouldn't. So, but I got to keep track of what I'm doing here. French, French next? I think so, French. Let's see. Legrand maneuver. Issue an order to 4 a few units and make a strategic move up to 4 hexes. Okay. But that's just, so I don't, yeah, I do need that. So issue an order to 4 or fewer units, ordered units or leaders, and then make a strategic move up to 4 hexes. So this is a big deal. But you can't battle. And yeah, you have to understand, guys, this game is so watered down, and I don't mean that as a knock against it. You need to know, you need to just bear that in mind as you're playing it. It is extremely watered down, simplified thing, meant to move along, right? You could make this way more realistic, but it wouldn't be this anymore. It would be something else. It would be something slow that you trudge through that takes forever. And half the reason people play this system is because it lends itself to such brevity. You can race through this. I mean, look at what I'm doing here, and you can race through it. Now, if I was getting bogged down with certain rules that reflect, again, realistic situations, the movement of this thing would be so slow. Let's do this with Legrand maneuver card. I'm moving up the left. 4 fewer units. And they can move up to 4. I'm really digging this. I don't know if I want to move. He can move far enough as it is. I should just be smoking my line up this here. Up down the field. Because they can only move 1 at a time. That's ridiculous. Up to 4? Are you kidding me? 1. That stream is fordable. 1, 2, 3. If I can move there, I get my first victory banner. But I mean, at what cost? 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at where I'm at. So now I've placed myself right adjacent to 2 full strength Portuguese units within range of another Portuguese unit. Oh my God. Let's go ahead and get our temporary victory banner. It's temporary, all right. Because that guy's going to get lit up. 1. What is this? A bog? A marsh? A pond? Is that where the septic tank is flowing to the surface of the ground? Let's see. There's a marsh. Movement effects must stop if you move into it. Well, then I am moving into it. How about that? You like them apples? 1, 2, 3. I can go right here, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this line unit, 1, 2, 3, 4. My God, they must have drank their Red Bull, huh? Because they're just smoking along. There's that. And the stream is fordable, so no need to stop. Just ford it, right? No, he does have to stop. Are you serious? Even if it's fordable? Well, what's the difference? Oh, the difference is you wouldn't be able to move through it at all. So he does have to stop here, even though it's fordable. The next turn he can go further. So there's 2, and then am I taking long enough on this 1, 2? If I go here, I'm still within range. 1, because they have a 3 range, so let's do that. 1 here. And then finally, 1, 2, 3, 4. But you know what? The cool thing is we can get some major. It's just so stupid to do this. Because I'm telling you, I'm just going to get lit up. But some hardcore melee is going to go down here. That was Legrand maneuver. He's going to draw a new card. Probe center, replenish courier rack. 1, 2. Ta-da. And go back to the British, right? Let's see. Advancing is so, did you say punitive? And apparently I'm describing la bataille. Okay. I have, one little bataille game I have is La Bataille de Moscow. And I've set that thing up maybe twice and fiddled with it and never really got anywhere with it. So I guess that's a case in point. I liked what I read rules-wise, and I thought, hey, this is realistic. But, I think it's a system, and unless you play it a lot and are extremely familiar with it, again, it's going to be one of those things that you're not going to be able to just hop into in an afternoon and roll through it. And then, again, that's probably the appeal of that system to a lot of people. They want something that is deep and they can get mired in and lose themselves. I can relate to that sometimes. Allies with their left flank. No. Right flank now, right? Yes. Do we have flavor we can add to the right flank card? We got attack right flank, so 3 units. Range combat dice are not reduced. I thought I had a melee thing here. Capable tactician. Sappers. More altering combat reductions. No. Okay. So all we can really do here is just do the 3 units. Melee. And melee is brutal in this game. So you're going to get a lot of hits if you can make it that far. You can survive the ranged combat thing to get there as the attacker. The melee thing is just brutal. All right, so line infantry, Portuguese is a base strength of, anyone? Quiz time, 4. What does that mean? That means you're going to roll 4 dice. Roll 4 dice, and we look at our melee versus infantry. And we get an 8, which is nothing. We got a flag and 2 hits. So they cut us down to half, and we get a flag. And I don't believe melee is simultaneous in this game, but it could be. Let me check that. I'm getting my systems mixed up. Is melee simultaneous in this game? Okay. All units may engage in melee combat. Announce melee combat. Defending cavalry retired. Defending. Additional. Yeah, you can battle back. Defending units battle back. So there is simultaneous combat, but it's only for melee. There's no battle back in range combat. Can I still battle back if I've had to withdraw, retreat? My unit adjacent to me, blah, blah, blah. If the defender holds melee combat by several friendly units against one enemy. Flag does not cause it. Blah, blah. Battle back. The defending enemy unit may battle back against an attacking unit if one more of the defending unit's blocks survive the melee combat attack and the defending unit denied while I retreated. So there's that. So battle back for me because I retreated. I had no leader or adjacent support to help me ignore flags. Then we go, I've already forgotten, line, Portuguese line is 4. What line? Huh, okay. So it is. Just 4 dice, huh? Do I get a bonus for battling downhill? Seems like I should. Hill. Down. No, you don't. There's a penalty for battling uphill, but you get no bonus for battling downhill. Fair enough. Rolling 4 dice. getting nothing but that 9. We got a flag and 2 hits. So they're half strength. They cannot battle back because they got a retreat. So, tell you what, again, as the attacker, having to assault a position is just, I mean, if you don't have the quantity, I don't think the quality matters. You just need volume when it comes to numbers of troops, I think, to pull that off successfully. That was melee, and I thought we had 3 that we could do, but we only did 2. I only did 2, right? Now this game has its merits. I think I only did 2 actions over here, and I had 3. I'm not sure how I got lost in the mix there. Let's see what this foot artillery can do. Let's do a demonstration here of artillery in the game. 3 dice. And we're looking at fire versus infantry. 10 is nothing. We got a flag, which, good Christ, yes, see? You know how long it's going to take him to get back where he needs to be? 2 turns, first of all, because you only move once. So yeah, movement in this game is, I don't know. Sometimes you can move like gazelles, and other times you're like snails. Most of the time it's like snails, especially if you're lying. British are done. Stick a fork in them. Probe right flank? Nope. What do the British want from the courier rack? Let's go shopping, shall we? First strike, probe right flank, light infantry skirmish, bayonet charge. I like it. Let's do bayonet charge. And yeah, bayonet charge. So that brings us back to the French, but we have a hungry animal to feed, not me. The cat. A little scooper here. Otherwise she'll puke everywhere if I overfeed her. You already have food in there. You don't even need what you have. Nut job. They want stockpiling food now. Sell it on the black market. Frenchies. What we had time-wise here? Coming up on an hour and a half. Probe center. We haven't done much in the center, have we? Either side. So maybe we should address that now. Let's do probe center. That allows us to do 2 up the center. Any flavor to put on it? Oh, my back. No. Recon, no. So it's just through 2 up the center. That's measly. That's miserly. That's unacceptable. Let's do this and this. So 1 there. In the center, that is not the center. Thank me very much. Center, sir. We'll move into the woods. And I would fire, but I don't have line of sight. Line of sight in this game is almost non-existent. But I'm saying I don't have line of sight to that unit because I have to fire uphill, and it would be, if that unit was here, I'd say I had line of sight, so not allowing that shot. But then they don't have line of sight at me either, so that's good. And then, you know what? Let's bring this guy up here. Kind of rally around the tree here. I haven't knocked any over trees yet, so no shots. And usually every game there's trees falling left and right. I mean, you're drunk about a half hour in. That was a French draw from the courier rack. How am I back? An ordered light infantry unit may move up to 3 hexes. Just one? Who the hell cares about that? Take that. Now we're back to the British. What do we have that we can do? Issue an order on a bayonet charge. Units may move 2 hexes and still battle in melee. I am hesitant to move off of that ridge. Call me crazy, but as the Allies, I just don't see the value in it. I've done so on the left here, but that's an exception to the rule. Plus, I have so much cover that I was able to move into moving forward off the ridge with these 2 towns. A little different over there in the center, especially being occupied, primary territory, being occupied by the French. So there's no point in moving off the ridge there. I do have an assault left flank card. Ooh, assault center. You know what? I think I need to do that. I'm sorry. It's got to happen. I'm going to assault center. Order number of units or leaders in the center equal to command. So that would be 6. And here's why. Because if I don't, these French are going to move up onto the ridge, and I don't want that. So I need to move up just a hair to get close the gap in that ridge there. See this gap here? That's bad. It's going to be a battle of the bulge situation if I let the French in there, so let's not do that. Move him up, 1, 2, 3. Him up 4. Him up 5. And one of these 2 heavy cav needs to come do gap closure. No. See, there's the camera. We got lucky, it didn't fall, but I bumped it. Did I knock everything out of whack on the screen? Whoa. Playing with fire here. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to move him up here to there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, here we go. Ready? No. Okay. Let me know when you're ready. I'm going to come around the other side again. This table is so freaking big. It's a good problem to have. I'm not complaining. But I literally have to pull the table away from the wall because I can't reach when I'm doing other stuff, in particular. The other side. So what are we doing? We said we wanted to pull him up. In doing so, we create a melee situation here. With this. Oh, it's a guard grenadier unit. Wow. They're going to show what they got. They did move. And having said that, it's going to affect their ability to do stuff. Guard, grenadier, infantry. Nope, doesn't affect a thing, according to this. 1 intentional die in ranged on melee combat. Okay. Strength of 5 plus 1 is 6. What's the woods? -2. Forest. Forest is -1, so 5. All right, here's some interesting situation here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No 10s, no 8s, but we did get 2, 3 hits. No flags, so they don't have to retreat. He's down to a strength of 1. Now he can battle back. However, being a strength of 1, there's a penalty battling uphill that is a -1, so he cannot battle back. He would have nothing dice-wise to throw. So that's his problem. So that was beneficial to do as the Allies moving up, consolidate territory, and inflict casualties. Same deal here, except that's a line unit battling into a clear hex. Line for the Allies is simply a 4 strength, no bonus for battling downhill, so it's just 4 dice. However, if they moved, do they get to battle if they move? Line, yes. So it's just 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. On our bloody combat results, 9s, 8s, nothing. We got a hit and a flag. He drops to a 3 strength and does not retreat because he has a leader. We need to roll for a leader casualty check. Let's do that now before we battle back with those guys. No dice, literally. And so now we have 3 battling uphill. There's a -1 that drops to 2. So just 2 dice, but maybe we can get lucky here. And we don't get lucky, but we did get a flag. So this guy has to retreat. Now, when you fight in, so I forgot to do that over there. When you fight in melee and you force, Jesus, I just knocked stuff everywhere. Force a retreat. I think there may be mandatory advance. Where is it? Infantry taking ground. Taking ground is never mandatory. It remains the attacking player's choice. So in the other system I play, if you take ground, if you have a result like this in melee, it would be mandatory to take ground. However, if it's my choice, fine, I'm taking ground because that's what? Another temporary victory banner, and I had to remove the last temporary one because I got run off the ridge there. And I'm doing what I should have done earlier, which is advance. Since I knocked him off, that's what I would have done. And there's that there. So we're still dealing with this long, drawn out. Let's see if we can knock the camera over as I come around the mountain. Line here. Wow, watch this. Put these behind to let me know they're not active yet. If it's in front, that's the unit I'm dealing with. Line, melee, Portuguese. Base strength of Portuguese 4. And they moved. All right, just saying. 4 dice. Good Lord, horrible roll. We got 1 hit. That's going to drop him to a 2. I need a 2 strength guy. But he can battle back, right? I need another damn leader casualty check. Because that's what you do. So let's do our leader casualty check first. Then we'll do our battle back. 2 dice. Nope. Now we do our battle back. Strength of 2. What do you get? Oh, he got a hit. How about that? So that 4 drops to a 3. I like it. And what happened here? He was supposed to be able to move. Oh, he got pushed back, so he can't. So then what? So then we'll put him here. And we'll put him here. Again, trying to make sure we occupy that ridge as much as possible. Don't hit the camera. 1 guy here. And he needs to fire at somebody. What is that? Have I forgotten something there? Jesus. Let's see. Range is up to 2, right? Yeah. Line. So that's just going to be. He doesn't get a. He moves so he doesn't get his +1 die, so it's just 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. On the less bloody fire chart. Firing here. We have an 8, 2 8s, nothing. 1 and a 3, which is 2 hits. Jesus, allies are just firing well. Okay, let's just say that. Firing well. 4's now 2. He's done. Draw from courier rack. I'll have to choose from here. Light infantry skirmish rally. Let's take that. Replenish courier rack. 1, 2. This guy. And it's the French turn. GM's Alcove, I sent you a message, sir. Just email me at, okay. I will do so, sir. Yep. I'm tired of staring at primered 28 mil stuff that is never going to get painted if it's left up to me. It's depressing. All right, I'll shoot you that email. What else we got? And welcome, sir. Thank you for stopping by. Can I get you something to drink? Oh, okay. Let's see, yeah. So that's the French. Probe right flank attack. I'm really just going to go for cards that allow me to move more of something than another. So here's an attack right flank. Why am I using that? Because it allows me to activate 3 units. So that's what I'm using. So right flank. Oh, we have our light cav that can go. Ooh. Remember when I used to talk about flanking with my light cav as the French? I might be able to do it. 1, 2. And then we'll, like that, fire this light unit. Let's start with the light infantry unit here, firing at that light. Half strength light infantry unit there. That could be beneficial. 4 wonders, so it's 5 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice. On our fire chart, 7s and 6s. It's not what we want. We got a hit and a flag. So he goes from what? From a 2 to a 1. The flag can be ignored. Wow, he's down to a 1 strength. Leader casualty check, please. To go. No onions. Extra cheese. What we got here? Nope. No leader casualties, sir. Now let's pull our light cav around and see if we can do that thing we want to do. Light cav pulling around. I think it's 3 hex move range allowance thing. Yep. 1, 3. Oh, my back's getting sore. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can do this. 1, 2, 3. Boom. I'm actually flanking with the light cav. And 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Nope. Can cavalry attack into the forest? I don't know. I have to look. Forest, cavalry, battle effects, forest, -2. They can, but it's a -2. Well, we're doing it. All right. What is this process for this again? Jesus. So they want to form square, right? And it's actually a simple process. I just don't do it. It doesn't happen enough that I remember. Come on. Form square. Where's that at? Where is it? I need to form coming out of square. No, I don't want to come out of square. There we go. When you hold 2 or few command cards in your hand. If you chooses to form square, the attacking cavalry player selects 1 card at random from the defending player's hand of command cards. Take that. And I'm probably doing this wrong because this is, remember, epic style. And let's put it here. Square 1 on top of it. And that'll designate being a square. And we need, oh Jesus, we need a I'll have to fix it later, but I need another square counter to designate who's in square. So there, the light infantry is formed square, right? Infantry unit in square battles first with 1 die. Let's roll it. Of course he gets a hit. Why wouldn't he? What's the base strength of that French light cap? It is base strength of 4, so he drops down to a 3 before he can even do anything. And since that dude's in square, so didn't roll flag. Okay, so I didn't bounce because he didn't roll a flag. He just rolled a hit, so I can battle back rather. He did get a flag, but he can ignore that because he's got support. So now that brings us to this next light cav unit, who will also cause his foe to form square. Choose another card. Put a square counter on it. Put this square on here. They will roll 1 die and see if we can get the cavalry to bounce. Ooh, I think they did. They did. Wow, good on you guys. They just caused us to bounce. So anytime an infantry unit in square rolls a flag, it forces the cavalry unit to bounce away. Essentially, that means they can't battle back, right? Well, that's junk. I mean, is it ever beneficial to cavalry charge? I guess you can do mass charge. I don't know. I never seem to have much luck with cavalry charge. I guess you'd be better off attacking weaker units. Or now that they're in square, attacking those squares with artillery or something. I don't even know if this game is deep enough to reflect that advantage. Whatever. That was the French. Right? Yes. Draw, courier. Scout right flank, hasty square, light infantry skirmish. Take that. And where are we at now? We're coming on. Think about, it's been an hour and 45 minutes, right? I think when we get to I got about another 15 minutes in me, and then we'll call this one. That's 2 hours. And there's hockey on the night, so there's that. Big Blues fan, Blues hockey tonight. Also a big Avs fan. Not as big as Blues, but I like the Avs. They do good things. British turn. What do we have? Nothing. What's Raleigh? Roll battle dice equal to command. No, I'm not messing with that. Bombard. Do I have anything within range? No. Yes. I do, actually. Let's try Bombard. And see how interesting that turns out to be. Bombard. Issue an order to 4 or fewer artillery units. Well, it's going to be fewer because I only have 2 that are able to fire from where they are. And ordered units may move up to 3 hexes and not battle, or may not move and battle with 2 additional dice. Well, who wouldn't do that? I mean, you got to be nuts. All right, so there's that. 2 additional dice. I don't have any guard artillery, or those would battle with 3 additional dice. All right, so that is Portuguese foot artillery. How do we deal with Portuguese foot artillery? Well, let's look at the range here. 2. Range of nexus is 2, so that's 3 plus 2, right? Is 5. 2, 3 is 4, 5. That's fairly significant. And fire versus infantry, so 2 8s not going to cut it. A 9's not going to cut it. A 7 isn't going to cut it, but a 1 will. So that 2 strength becomes a 1 strength. Could have eliminated him fairly easily, but a bad roll disallowed that from happening. So he's down to 1. Remove that. Put that there. Brings us back to foot artillery over here. British foot artillery. Well, I don't think there's a difference. To be honest with you, it's the same either way. So it's going to be the same deal. Should be 5, right? No, because the range is farther. 1, 2, 3. Firing in here. So that's just 2. So 4 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4 on our bombard. Oh, you get to watch the cat. You see the cat when it eats? Have you noticed this? I don't think I filmed it yet or shown you guys. But she pukes, right? So I have this thing. You're going to see it in a second. Each tube has food in it. I'm fairly proud of this. She reaches in there and has to paw out a kernel or 2 at a time and eat it that way. It slows her down, right? And a lot of people, when I got it, they're like, she will never use that. My cat would never use that. My cat's too stupid to figure it out. It would starve. She figured it out pretty quick. I guess she got hungry enough, and she reached in there, and it's been going to town ever since. So 7. So we have a little cat action at the top of the screen there. Nothing. 2 hits and a flag. Not good. Not good. He can ignore the flag, but not the 2 hits. Well, who was I firing at? This guy. Not him. I'm not pointing at him. You know what? He's gone. There's another eliminated unit for the Allies, and the score now is Allies 2 and the French 1. So Allies winning. And that's not surprising because, again, as the attacker, it's like running through a meat grinder in this game. It's just brutal. No love for the attacker in this game. Camera hasn't fallen yet. Trees haven't fallen yet. That was bombard for the British. Let's go back to drawing one of these cards. Bayonet charge. Let's draw that. And now it's the French turn again. We can probe our left flank. Ooh, I love probing left flanks. We can recon and force. We can scout the center. I think I won't because it's 1 unit. That's ridiculous. So what is it going to be here? We can probe left or probe right. And now that allows us to do 2 on either side. Let's do right. Now here's one. I have 2 foot artillery units. Well, foot and a horse. Full strength unit. Yes, they're on the right. That can fire. Let's do that, shall we? Fire with the horse first. Horse artillery at a 1, 2, 3 hex range. Gives us 1 die. Well, that's awesome. May not move in battle. Roll 1 additional die. Nope. Really? 1 die? come on. And of course we got nothing. Why would we get something? All right, now here's a better, potentially better result. This foot artillery over here, firing at this 1 strength light unit in the open, 1, 2, 3 range. Foot at 3 range is 2 dice. Certainly we can get 1 hit. Come on, 1 hit, just 1 hit. Got it. We eliminated our first Allied unit. That's awesome. This light infantry units, bye-bye. Good riddance. You guys have chewed me up all game and spit me out. So now we've just evened the score with two French victory banners and 2 Allied victory banners. Long way to go, though, because the allotment we need is, you ready for this? 13. So we're not even a third of the way there. That was French. Draw, courier rack, scout right flank is mine. Replenish courier rack. 1, 2, 3. Courier rack replenished. And is the British turn. All right. British, what you got in you? This bayonet charge deal. Which would be great for the French. I don't want to. Why do I have 2 of them? Raleigh? Oh, Jesus. Do I want to bayonet charge? Otherwise, I got nothing. What do you do then? Oh. Jesus. I don't have anything. What do I do now as the British? I guess I have to bayonet charge. Feels like a rally, right? What's rally? One, two, three. Why do I only have? Okay, whatever. Got this rally card that will allow me to replenish my forces. I don't know how I feel about this rally stuff. The way they do it here, basically you're replenishing your strength. A rally should be a unit that is disordered or wavering, and is no longer disordered or wavering. Not replenish step losses. Plus, I mean, this is going to allow me to roll 6 dice. Well, whatever. That's fine. Six dice. Hold on. Where's my little sheet thing? Little guy that tells me. Where did that go? Lost. No, there it is. All right. Fine, you know what? We'll do it. We'll roll it and see what we get. See if we get any units from there. Full strength. I'll stop whining about it. Let's see what we get. All right, here we go. It's only 4 though because I have 2 cards being used to form square. Remember? What do we get? We got infantry, cavalry, got nothing. Got nothing. So 1 infantry and 1 cavalry strength can be returned. Well, let's put this guy back to full strength. That's no brainer. And all my cavalry by way of the Allies is already full strength, so that wasn't as awful for the French as I was making it out to be. And about 5 minutes left here, and then we'll call it Again, I appreciate everybody that stopped by, and I appreciate everybody that will watch later. That was the British, right? Yeah. So let's take one of these guys. All right, last turn of the game here, or of this showing. That's the French. Scout right flank, probe right flank, scout center, recon and force. All right, let's do this recon and force. One on the left, one in the center, one on the right. I'm firing this. That's easily decided. Firing. Is this the center? Yes. Thank you. Easily decided there. Right. Yep. This light infantry unit here. Okay. So moving from left to right, let's fire this line unit over the heads of those guys to the other hill. Just going to be 4 dice. And we don't roll an extra die for firing, but we do as line. Yeah, okay. So modifier-wise, the British get a modifier for firing, and the French get a modifier for melee. All right, what did I get? Doesn't look good. 7, 6, 6. We got a flag. Ooh, he does have to move back. I would have liked something better than that, but that's all that happened. Pushed him back. It's a moot point. Light infantry firing here to here. We're looking at 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 dice, no more or less. Uphill though is a penalty, just because it is. So back down to 4. Oh god, a 9s, 8s, and 7s. You know what? That's enough to make you not be happy. Then we have this light infantry unit here, firing into the damn woods. Let's thunk it. Light infantry firing into the woods. That's 4, 5. And then what's the penalty for the forest? Firing into this -1 is 4. All right, fire drops down to 4, so 4 dice. Good crimey, an 8, a 10. So we did get a hit and a flag, though, on that guy. The flag can be ignored. The hit cannot. What is that? There's a light, Portuguese light unit. We'll go from a 3 to a 2. Portuguese just not as tough as the British. They're trying, just not as tough. All right. That's it for today, folks. About 2 hours. Again, thank you everybody for stopping by. Leave comments, anything you care to share or say below this video. Give thumbs, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Please, it's just a click and you're subscribed. That's it. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.